Now, I alluded to the fact that bacteria are wildly diverse, and I have an image here of agar plates of bacteria. So check this out. Like, these are colonies of bacteria that are growing on these agar plates that are up, like they're collected all in here. Like, look at how, I mean, there's a great deal of diversity here. And this is, I don't even know, like, what are these plates and what are they studying? But agar is a type of seaweed that the bacteria actually, it's like Jello, basically. It's a gelatin. And you can throw bacteria on there and then they'll grow and live in their little colonies, and you can see what kind of things they metabolize. They have, we look at the colony and go, okay, there's some diversity there, but often colonies will look similar to each other. Most diversity in bacteria is classified based on their metabolism. So their, the food they eat, this is how we classify their diversity, or how they metabolize. Sorry for my handwriting stuff. Okay, whatever. I will try to do better down here. So they're very diverse, and we can capture that not by looking at them necessarily, but by seeing how they behave and seeing how they eat. For some perspective, 1 gram of bacteria in soil. Now I want you to think about this. 1 gram of soil in Alaska has 4,000 different species of bacteria in it. 1 gram of soil is the weight of like a paper clip. This is a very small amount of soil. And Alaska, there's not a huge amount of stuff growing in Alaska, and there's 4,000 different species of bacteria, different species in that 1 gram of soil. So take a breath and be like, whoa, that's actually crazy diverse. And it's about to get worse. If you look in Minnesota, in farmland soil, are you ready for this? 1 gram, same amount of soil, 20,000 different species of bacteria in farm soil. Like, dude, that's insane. 1 paper clip's worth of soil has 20,000 different critters in there, different bacteria. So bacteria are vastly diverse. We often, per our germ conversation in the last clip, we often think of bacteria as bad, but I would be a bad biology teacher if I did not make sure you know that there is a whole bunch of good bacteria. In fact, I would say most of the bacteria is good. Which leads us to our next topic, which is antibiotics, which are substances that kill bacteria. We will go there, but let's talk about the good bacteria. Let's talk about the things. For example, we have a microbiome. Our happy little human bodies. There are 10 times as many bacterial cells on and in us as our own cells. 10 times as many. Like, there's a lot of bacteria in and on you, and they're critical for your well-being and your health. In fact, our microbiome comes out to be about 3 pounds. What? 3? That is 1 L. 3 pounds of bacteria are in and on you, and they're doing good things for you. They help digest your food. So they'll literally break things down for you so that you can absorb food better than otherwise. They actually produce vitamins. Vitamin K is a bacterially produced vitamin that is super important to us, and they make that for us. Thank you very much, fellas. And then they compete with bad bacteria to take up space and prevent the colonization of things that will make you sick or put you off balance. I'm going to give you an example. How many of you, raise your hand, if you have ever been on a round of antibiotics? Antibiotics are killing all the bacteria, good and bad. And then you end up with a yeast infection. Those of you who have vaginas know that this is something that we have to think about. If we are going to go on a bout of antibiotics, I will post up and start down in yogurt in order to try and keep my microbiome, my gut bacteria, the good ones, to keep them healthy and happy, because they actually compete with yeast and prevent yeast from overpopulating and colonizing places that we don't want yeast, like vaginas. There are yeast living in vaginas anyway, but if you kill your if you kill your bacteria with antibiotics, your vagina bacteria, the yeast in your vagina will be like, dude, there's so much room in here. This is awesome. And all the food is mine. Where did all those guys go? I don't even care, because now I'm going to flourish. And then you go, oh, good Lord, now I have to deal with this on top of it. The point is that when they compete, when our good bacteria compete with other critters, they can keep the bad things that are germs to us, they can keep them at bay. There's an entire book. I wish I had it to show it to you. I read it this summer. Multitudes Within Me, something like that, about our microbiome. And the research that I can't go anywhere and not see current research about the importance of having a healthy microbiome, and that, our healthy green leafy diets are better for our gut bacteria. And one of the reasons why we benefit from having diets like that, because we're actually taking care of our microbiome, and that is a good thing to do. Okay, let's talk about antibiotics in a little more detail. Like, what are they? Where did they come from? And how did we get here?